So just for the audience, we have NUST alumni logging in today from 17 different regions or countries. पाकिस्तान वालों के पास इस वक्त शाम के 7 बज रहे हैं मुकामी वक्त। बाकी इलाकों के मुकामी वक्त कुछ यूं है कि हमारे पास ऑस्ट्रेलिया में इस वक्त रात के तकरीबन 12 बजे का टाइम होगा जब ये लोग कुछ लोग वहां से भी हमारे अलमनाई लॉग कर रहे हैं। यूएसए के 3 डिफरेंट रीजन से हमारे पास अलमनाई आ रहे हैं जहाँ पे इस वक्त उनको हमारी तरफ से बहुत सारी गुड मॉर्निंग। यूके इट्स 3 o'clock over there, noon, दिन खत्म होने को है। केएसए से भी हमारे पास कुछ अलमनाई लॉग इन कर रहे हैं। अगेन 1700 आवर्स एट देयर एंड। यूएई वहां से भी कुछ अलमनाई ने आज हमें लॉग इन करना है। साउथ कोरिया दिन का इख्तिताम वाला टाइम है। जापान से कुछ अलमनाई हमारे साथ होंगे। जर्मनी से कुछ अलमनाई हमें ज्वाइन कर रहे हैं। चाइना से हमारे कुछ अलमनाई ने हमें ज्वाइन करना है। एंड देन न्यूजीलैंड से अभी जब मैं स्लाइड्स डिस्प्ले पे लाती हूँ तो आपको थोड़ा सा आइडिया भी हो जाएगा इन रीजन से कौन कौन कितने लोग शामिल हो रहे हैं। और आज का एक मकसद ये भी था कि हम सारे क्योंकि नस्ट के कार्ड होल्डर्स हैं तो एक नेटवर्क क्रिएट किया जाए ऑफ ऑल अलमनाई हु आर वर्किंग इन एकेडेमिया अक्रॉस ग्लोब, ताकि आपस में भी हम सब कनेक्ट हो जाएं। सो आफ्टर द सेशन वी विल शेयर डिटेल्स कॉन्टेक्ट। हम इसका एक फोरम इस पे क्रिएट करेंगे ताकि सारे के सारे लोग एक दूसरे को जानना भी शुरू हो जाए। लेट्स सी हाउ वी कैन वर्क टुगेदर to increase our own impact. Somebody has raised a hand. This is Muhammad Abdul Basit. Ji, Basit Rahman, you want to say something, right? Or the hand is raised.
Assalamu alaikum. I just said.
Maria, can you hear me?
Nothing from my side.
Yes, I can.
I just said
Dr. Amul ji said.
Everyone. You may go ahead, please. Yeah. I was just saying salam to everyone.
Walaikum assalam, Wasit. Thank you. And Dr. Hamood, thank you for joining. आपकी भी आवाज आ गई मुझे। डॉक्टर हमूद जो हैं वो रिसर्च को देखते हैं नस्ट के एंड पे, तो थोड़ा बहुत उनके एंड से भी डिटेल्स शेयर होंगी। I can see Nawaz bhai from KSU. Hi. So at NUST end इधर ऑफिस में हमारे पास अलमनाई टीम बैठी हुई है। रुबाब आसिफ जनरल मैनेजर अलमनाई इज स्टीयरिंग दिस। उनके साथ उनकी टीम है शिराज एंड अमीर हमजा। इन्होंने आप लोगों को बहुत तंग किया है पिछले कुछ दिनों में RSVPs के सिलसिले में। अभी मैं स्टार्ट ले लेते हैं अगले फ्रंट एंड पे। एंड आई थिंक वो जो लोग एंटर हो रहे होंगे, हमजा आप देखते जाओगे अपने एंड से। तो बिस्मिल्लाह करते हैं हम अल्लाह सुब्हानो व तआला के नाम के साथ। कुछ लोगों के दिन का इख्तिताम और कुछ के दिन की इब्तिदा। बिस्मिल्लाहिर्रहमानिर्रहीम।
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim.
In the name of Allah, the entirely merciful, the especially merciful. Recite in the name of your Lord who created. Created man from a clinging substance. Recite, and your Lord is the most generous, who taught by the pen, taught man that which he knew not.
صدق الله العظيم.
Jazakallah.
Assalamu alaikum everyone. Dr. Rizwan Riaz, Pro-Rector. I am on board. Glad to see काफी लंबी चौड़ी लिस्ट माशाल्लाह.
Yes sir. Thank you for joining sir. हमने बस अभी तिलावत से इब्तिदा किया है एंड अब सेशन को हम स्टार्ट करेंगे। कुछ लोग अभी वेटिंग रूम में हैं और उनको हम लॉग इन कर रहे हैं साथ साथ। बट लेट्स स्टार्ट विद इफ यू से हम नस्ट की क्विक सी एक ब्रीफ के साथ स्टार्ट लेते हैं सो दैट वी सेट द टेबल। Okay, so Assalamu alaikum. Finally, formally welcome to this NUST session. Quickly, a few facts about NUST. We have shortlisted for you because आप में से बहुत सारे लोगों को NUST को छोड़े हुए बहुत अरसा हो गया. So let us quickly take you through what has been happening at our end. Let's call this 7 facts about NUST, जो आपका अपना इदारा है, कहाँ पहुंचा है या क्या हो रहा है, तो थोड़ा सा quickly let us take you through it. आज का session, we will be having, as I mentioned, alumni from 16 different countries or regions joining this session. And this is how we are starting it. Before I begin on the presentation, NUST की, this is the audience today, representation जो मुख्तलिफ मुमालिक से है, और different faculty या professors की का एक pie chart है of people जो different हमें join कर रहे हैं. Would like to welcome each one of you जो आप जहां से भी join कर रहे हैं, and we are really grateful कि आपने time निकाला. Quickly about NUST, 3 decades of excellence. हमारा institution जो है ये अब माशाल्लाह 30 बरस का हो चुका. As you are all associated with education, this is no time when it comes to the age of university. तो हम एक बहुत ही young university हैं, but we are quite a growing institution. Comprehensive, multidisciplinary and research intensive university के तौर पे हम उभरना चाहते हैं. 1991 में सफर का आगाज. We had at that time 5 military colleges, and I can see आप में से maximum लोगों का ताल्लुक इन्हीं में से किसी ना किसी कॉलेज से, खास तौर पे MCS and EME के बहुत सारे alumni आज हमारे साथ हैं. 2008 was a milestone year for us because that is when we got this main campus, it's 12 campus, and that's when we started growing exponentially as well. Today, NUST is a national name, truly national university. We have campuses in all 4 provinces of Pakistan. 5 cities में 19 institutions हमारे brand name के अंदर आते हैं. So for alumni, one new news would be the addition of a Balochistan campus in Quetta. So just recently, 2 साल पहले, we have initiated a campus in Quetta. और वहाँ पे बिल्कुल जो बलूचिस्तान से relevant courses हैं हम वो लेके गए हैं. Computer sciences and civil engineering से start लिया है. But we are planning to include water management, mining, tunneling in that campus soon. So अब NUST उस dimension और उस तरफ भी grow कर रहा है. QS ranking में अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह आपकी यूनिवर्सिटी मुसलसल ऊपर के सफर पर है. और right now in 2023 rankings we stand at number 334 in the world. That puts us in 24% top universities as per QS, and we stand at number 1 in Pakistan. एक और ranking जो we would like to share with you is the Times Higher Education Impact ranking, जिसमें overall we stand among top 200 in the world. And when it comes to our research alignment with SDGs, हमारे पास एक department है जिसका purpose ये है, Department of Sustainability. तो उसमें हम constantly SDG align कर रहे हैं अपने तमाम research work को. Latest ranking में, while we are among top 200, कुछ individual rankings I will highlight. For example, SDG number 7, affordable and clean energy. NUST is ranked at number 4 in the world. SDG number 12, responsible consumption and production. We were ranked 67 in the world. Some areas where we're focusing. So सारे 17 के 17 SDGs पे हमारी research aligned है. A little bit about the intellectual capital. 7 disciplines तक expand कर गई है university. Engineering 2 हमारा primary focus है, but उसके साथ साथ information systems, natural sciences, biosciences, behavioral sciences, biosciences, art, architecture. In some areas maybe now we are offering degrees. In total there are 137 academic programs. All of the engineering programs are now Washington Accord ratified. NUST has a 4% acceptance rate. Some 60,000 students apply for a UG seat every year. We have some 2,800 seats. And there's only one way of getting into NUST. Abhi tak, it's merit. There is no quota system, no nothing. So हमारे पास best of the best students अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह पाकिस्तान से अभी भी आते हैं आपकी तरह. इन students को teach करने के लिए 1495 is the total number of faculty members right now in our ecosystem, जबकि 18,500 के करीब faculty member NUST के पास पढ़ा रहे हैं, students पढ़ रहे हैं. A little bit about the faculty. So basically हमारे पास बहुत सारी international लोग पढ़ के वापस पाकिस्तान आए हैं और वो हमारे क्लासरूम्स और हमारी लैब्स में उन्होंने हमें ज्वाइन किया है, representing quite a few colors of the globe. रिसर्च ही पे बात हो रही है। 6 SDG अलाइन थीम्स में हमने अपने 60 रिसर्च एरियाज को आइडेंटिफाई एंड क्लब किया है और रिसर्च के लिए 350 लैब्स इस वक्त नस्ट में हैं, जिनमें से 34 की लैब्स हैं। इसमें से कुछ स्ट्रक्चर्स ऐसे हैं जो इस वक्त पाकिस्तान में अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह आपका अल्मा मेटर होस्ट करता है। सिर्फ जॉइंट रिसर्च पब्लिकेशंस ऑन वेब ऑफ साइंसेस 14,000 प्लस हैं, जिनमें से 7,000 प्लस हमारी जॉइंट रिसर्च पब्लिकेशंस हैं वेब ऑफ साइंसेस पे। One 193 institutions across the globe के साथ फिलहाल we have some sort of academic linkage. And we're trying to grow this. I talked about research publications. ये इसका थोड़ा सा एक आइडिया है कि इसका ग्लोबल स्प्रेड किस किस्म का है, किन रीजन्स के साथ हम ज्यादा कोलैबोरेट कर रहे हैं या मिलके काम कर रहे हैं। Again, one focus area for today would be this. हुकूमत पाकिस्तान ने 4 नेशनल सेंटर्स ऑफ एक्सीलेंस क्रिएट किए थे इन पाकिस्तानी एकेडेमिया। ओपन कंपटीशन में NUST won 2 out of these 4, नेशनल सेंटर ऑफ आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस एंड नेशनल सेंटर ऑफ रोबोटिक्स एंड ऑटोमेशन। इसके अलावा जो बाकी 2 नेशनल सेंटर्स हैं, सेंटर फॉर साइबर सिक्योरिटी एंड बिग डाटा एंड क्लाउड कंप्यूटिंग, इनकी की लैब्स भी NUST में होस्ट हैं। सो ये कुछ हमारे एरियाज ऑफ फोकस है। हमारे पास एक और नई डेवलपमेंट इज द मेडिकल डिवाइसेस डेवलपमेंट सेंटर। ये खबर हम काफी अरसे से वी वर शेयरिंग विद यू कि हम वी आर इन द प्रोसेस ऑफ गेटिंग अ लाइसेंस टू डेवलप स्टेंट्स, हार्ट स्टेंट्स इन पाकिस्तान। एज वी गॉट दिस लाइसेंस, पाकिस्तान इज नाउ अमंग 18 कंट्रीज जिनके पास जो हार्ट स्टेंट्स प्रोड्यूस कर रहे हैं, एंड मुस्लिम वर्ल्ड में इट्स अस एंड टर्की। ये भी आपकी अल्मा मेटर पे ही होस्टेड है। इसकी सबसे बड़ा इम्पैक्ट ये है कि 1/5 ऑफ द लोकल प्राइस पे अब इंशाल्लाह हार्ट स्टेंट्स विल बी अवेलेबल इन द मार्केट। एक बहुत ही नई सी और चीज, मल्टी डिसिप्लिनरी स्ट्रेंथ, हमने साइंस के नाम से एक स्कूल क्रिएट किया है। इसके प्रिंसिपल हमारे अपने अलमनाई डॉक्टर हमाद हैं। ये पाकिस्तान का फर्स्ट क्रॉस डिसिप्लिनरी रिसर्च सेंटर है। हमने 26 लैब्स फ्रॉम 9 कॉन्स्टिट्यूएंट्स ऑफ NUST एक बिल्डिंग में इकट्ठे किया है, जहाँ पे वी आर ट्राइंग टू connect people from different disciplines together. So very latest here. IP is another area जिस पे हम कोशिश कर रहे हैं अपनी फैकल्टी को ज्यादा से ज्यादा एंगेज किया जाए। 928 IPs फाइल हो चुके हैं, 194 awarded, and we have already licensed 61 of these IPs to industry. We became Pakistan's first university to transfer technology to industry. Entrepreneurship, back in 2005, we started with an incubation center. Today, we are host to Pakistan's largest incubation space. थोड़े से उसके भी stats आपके सामने flashed हैं on the screen. Already graduated some 62 companies. There are 900 plus knowledge workers in our incubation space right now. 70 companies हमारे पास incubated हैं. We take pride in the fact that 17% of these companies are led by women. NUST में इस वक्त male to female student ratio is also 70-30. अगेन एज अ स्टेम इंस्टीट्यूशन हमें दिखाई दे रहा है कि लड़कियों का इंटरेस्ट स्टेम एजुकेशन में बढ़ता जा रहा है। लास्ट बट सर्टेनली नॉट द लीस्ट, नेशनल साइंस एंड टेक्नोलॉजी पार्क took Pakistan quite some 70 years to open the first science and technology park. This was inaugurated right before COVID in December 2019. अभी आपके साइंस एंड टेक्नोलॉजी पार्क में we have more than 100 companies incubated, including 41 anchor tenants, 60 startups and 10 MNCs representing 7 different countries. जापान के W+ ने अभी यहाँ पे अपना ऑफिस खोला है। इसके अलावा टर्की के साथ कुछ लैब्स हमारे पास ओपन हुई है। प्रो-रेक्टर डॉक्टर रिजवान रियाज विल हाईलाइट क्या काम हो रहा है इस सारे इकोसिस्टम में। एंड दिस इज अ हाईटेक स्पेशल इकोनॉमिक जोन। करंटली ये कंट्री का वाहिद हाईटेक स्पेशल इकोनॉमिक जोन है। सो ये भी बिल्कुल लेटेस्ट और एक एरिया ऑफ ग्रोथ है NUST के अंदर। And we are focusing on quite a few areas of tech in the science and technology park. So if anybody is planning to start a business back home, this is where you should be landing. Thank you so much. This was just a quick look at what's happening at NUST. Just to give you a flavor, ताकि जब हम आगे गुफ्तगू कर रहे हों तो backdrop हम सबके सामने एक ही हो, इसलिए ये quickly we shared a few stats. Without further ado, I would request Dr. Rizwan Riaz to give us some keynote idea on why we are together here and what can we all do together now that we are here. Sir.
Assalamu alaikum. My सख्त echo आया मेरे पास. I don't know if this is just me or is it every. Give me a second, please.
I'm sorry, I just want to say that if we all turn off our mics, it would be easy to hear.
अच्छा जी, Ma'am Rubab, can you hear me?
Yes.
Good. I think jo bhi tha issue. Assalamu alaikum, everybody. I'm Dr. Rizwan Riaz. I'm the Pro-Rector for Research, Innovation and Commercialization at your university. I've been in this seat since April last year, so just over a year now. Previous to that, I was principal of the Research Center for Modeling and Simulation. I am basically an ex-Air Force officer. I retired last year as an Air Vice Marshal, Air Force Research Group. I'm a PhD in computational fluid dynamics, and aerospace engineering is my primary field. So is intro ke saath, baki, if somebody wants to find out, you can probably find out more. If you can ask me anything if you need to. But my goal of today's meeting and the goal of overall मेरा जो secretariat है RIC का, अगर मैं उसके ऊपर थोड़ा सा बोल लूं तो maybe we can move forward with a much better understanding of where we're going. सबसे पहली चीज ये है कि this Office of Research, Innovation and Commercialization, ORIC, this now exists in every university in Pakistan. It's mandated by HEC. But NUST was actually the university जिसने ये शुरू किया था. और हमारे पास ये grow करके माशाल्लाह, it has now blossomed into 2 directorates with these names, research or एक innovation and commercialization का. But around that, a whole ecosystem of how we can go about doing better in terms of many areas, not only research, innovation, and commercialization, but many areas जो के secretariat के नीचे आते हैं. So today is a very good example that this meeting is being arranged and managed by the Advancement Office, which is also under this secretariat. But Dr. Hamood, who is the Director of Research, is also present because हम ज़्यादा जो आज बात करना चाहेंगे, that will be related to that area. So यहाँ पे एक जैसे हम multidisciplinary research की बात कर रहे थे, this secretariat is a multidisciplinary secretariat where we're trying to help the university through many different means. And one of the strongest means for any university are the alumni. ठीक है, so इसलिए ये बहुत I think overdue और बहुत ज़रूरी connection है जो आज हम start करने जा रहे हैं. Inshallah, this is going to be the starting point of a journey that we take together, which is that how can the alumni help the university grow? अच्छा, alumni ज़ाहिर है, alumni आज नहीं engage हो रहे. Alumni have been engaged with the university in some ways, of course. For example, fundraising for endowment. For example, brand recognition in different countries. And of course, bringing a good name anyway wherever they are working. But today we are going to be a bit specific about the academics area. Again, kuch alumni on their own, ya individually, ya with the efforts of different people are connected with the academics, either as guest lecturers, visiting lecturers, part of committees, part of curriculum review, all of those things. What we want to do is now take an extra step and see how we can impact the growth of the university, especially in the research and innovation areas. And how can we impact the rankings, the scores that we get in the rankings, the quality of research that we do, the access to projects, especially जो कि internationally funded होते हैं. How can we make those things improve or better with the help of the alumni? So therefore, आज ये जो alumni group माशाल्लाह इकट्ठा हुआ, this is the learned alumni group, academia वाला, This is a group which understands the aspects of the university research and innovation ecosystem that I'm talking about. And therefore, this is where we're going to start. So while we'll go through the discussion and aap logon se ideas bhi chahiye hame, any kind of idea or all, but let me give you just 2 or 3 things to think about. One, NUST की जो इस वक्त की ranking है, alhamdulillah, we are 334th in the world. What that actually means is we are in the top 24%. We are in the first quartile of universities, alhamdulillah now. What that also means is that every step forward is harder. अब ये logarithmic वाला part शुरू हो चुका हुआ है. Every time that we have to go 2 more spaces up, that means much more competition. And जाहिर है जितनी university जिसमें अगर हम अपने आप को top university गिनते हैं, every other university in this bracket is a top university. So you are competing with the best. So we want to go into the top 200 as soon as possible. And that needs real effort on our part, all our parts. One of the things जो हमने rankings में अपनी study की and we found that they were weak were citations per faculty. अच्छा, NUST की जैसे भी आपने देखा, about more than 50% of the publications are with joint collaborations internationally, etc. So the quality of research hopefully is as good, because otherwise वो publish now. हमने अभी जब अपने analysis किया of the journal papers that we publish, and we saw how many of them were in quartile 1 journals in Web of Science, how many were in quartile 2, and so on, we found that our max, the majority of papers were in the top 2 quartiles. Dr. Hamoud will quote the number if I'm forgetting, but it's like above 80-90% हमारे papers जो हैं वो first 2 quartiles में. उसमें now हमारी 1-2 policies जो हम about 6-7 months से implement कर रहे हैं, we are pushing the papers towards quartile 1 through incentives, through paying for publication charges for only those papers which are the top 2 quartiles, etc. And we will start shifting that incentive more and more towards the top of the bracket. However, even with all of that, although of course ये तो अभी इस साल से शुरू हुई है ये effort, so इसका तो impact आते आते 1-2 साल लगेगा. Rankings में तो इसका impact, because of 5-year data होता है, it will take some time. However, what we want to do is increase the number of citations that we get when we are publishing good papers. That is an area where academics and alumni academics can help us a lot. So if in your area, you know there is a NUST paper out and you're working in that research or you're writing a paper, we will request that you cite those papers. Help the university by increasing its citations. Second part is the quality of research. If you are doing good quality research sitting in a university abroad, please engage NUST faculty members. Please engage NUST PIs. We will identify the good ones. हम ये नहीं चाहते कि बस ऐसे टिक लगे. We do want to raise the quality of research. So therefore, हमारे पास जो अच्छे researchers हैं, माशाल्लाह जो अच्छे हैं, वो बहुत अच्छे हैं. What we will do is we will engage them. Let's say the top 25% of the faculty members at NUST. We will engage them with the best of you. आप बताइए, उनको co-PIs लगाएं, उनको अपने papers में शामिल करें, with the goal of bringing the university publications and their citations up. So that's one element. The second element जो मैं बात कर रहा था, that was projects oriented, which is that we need our research to be of an applied nature. In NUST, अब हमारा पूरा push है projects instead of just papers. So we want our faculty members to be involved in projects. We want our faculty members to be working in areas जहाँ advanced research हो रही है, but much more importantly वो research हो रही है जिसका हमें कोई फायदा होने का chance है, either through industrialization or through commercialization or startups, etc. of our own, or at the worst, at least in the global scale, कहीं ना कहीं उसकी कोई real application हो, not Nobel Prize cutting edge level. We are all trying to get the Nobel Prize, which A, we are not, and B, even if we are, that percentage should be smaller than it is today. So therefore, हमारा जो focus है, that is applied research. We want to do those things जो के industry specific हैं. अच्छा, वो culture पाकिस्तान में कम है, West में and China में and in the industrialized world वो बहुत ज़्यादा है कि आप लोगों की जो research होगी, that will be applied nature, that will be in an industrial nature. Please get NUST involved in that research. And once again, Dr. Hamoud and his team will help you connect to the right people, the right faculty members, the right labs, so that aapko jo log mile, I mean, it should not just be a khanapuri, it should be actual people who can contribute. And then maybe we can start dividing up projects or dividing up some of the work, so wo yahan pe ho. Abhi jo hamara School of Interdisciplinary Engineering khula hai, that has been an unprecedented success for us. मैं आपको उसके बारे में दो चीजें बताता हूं, and then we'll start a discussion. हमने concept ये लिया कि we will bring the best postgraduate labs from all the schools of NUST, including the military colleges, क्योंकि अभी पहली दो military colleges की labs वहाँ खुल गई हैं. But we said all the institutions of NUST, जो उनकी top postgraduate research labs हैं, they can apply to come into this center, which is in Zahir H12 campus, but in a new building, very stylishly made. जिन्होंने अभी तक चक्कर लगाया है, they have been impressed. जो नहीं चक्कर लगाया, please आके देखें. So the idea was कि हम जब different research areas and as diverse as, for example, robotics, and दूसरी तरफ biosensors, एक actually therapeutics के ऊपर काम कर रहे हैं, and artificial intelligence and nano and all the standard आपकी जो disruptive. So we have right now 29 labs already established, and we are going to grow that to around 40-45 जब वो हमारी नई space मिल जाती है हमें in about 3 months, जो इसके साथ extensions बन रही हैं. So now when I say an unprecedented success, हुआ क्या? हमारा ख्याल था कि जब हम applied research की बातें करते हैं तो वो interdisciplinary होती हैं. हम ये interdisciplinary center बनाएंगे, and therefore, you know, the labs will start producing fantastic work, etc. So first of all, ज़ाहिर है जो labs बनी बहुत अच्छी हैं, उन पे काम शुरू हो गया. However, the industry which was already sitting with us in the science and technology park, and some industry which was not, उनके जब इन्होंने किसी ने visit किया, किसी ने ज़ाहिर है ये concept हमसे briefing में कहीं सुना, ये वो, they got interested in those labs. And first lab हमारे पास Turkish Aerospace Industries ने खोली. They said we want to open a lab in NUST. हमने कहा वो interdisciplinary cluster. They were very happy. उन्होंने हमसे space rent out की. उस rental में उन्होंने एक agreement हमने किया, जो हमने करवाया कि जी इसमें से इतने funds R&D पे होंगे, उसके अलावा भी आप projects करेंगे. So the first lab of Turkish aerospace industry outside Turkey has been opened in NUST. It's a matter of pride for us, and it was a starting point. जब ये lab खुली, हम जाहिर है जो भी विजिटर भी आता था बड़ी खुशी से उसको दिखाते थे. It's only a few months old, but in those 4 odd months जब से ये खुली है, since that day we have had 7 more industrial labs open in that center. अब every industry is interested in opening a research lab here. So हमारा interdisciplinary research वाला जो concept था, वो immediately convert हो गया है interdisciplinary industrial research में. And alhamdulillah, we are connected with diverse areas like chip design, drug design, drug testing, aerospace engineering, software development, and communications. So a lot of different areas have come into that center. That center is now, alhamdulillah, such a resounding success that there are 2 or 3 multinational companies जो labs खोलना चाहती हैं, and they have to wait because अभी हमारे नए wings नहीं बने. So this is the first time Pakistan में ये चीज़ शुरू हुई है, which is sort of commonplace in the Western world at least. I'm not 100% sure about China. जो आपके China वाले हमारे कुछ faculty members बैठे हैं, alumni बैठे हैं, they can inform us. But in America, I know, in England, I know कि जी industry की labs होती हैं inside universities. That's how universities usually get connected to that industry, at least as one of the gateways. So same is now, alhamdulillah, happening here. Now that center, we want you guys, all our alumni sitting in good universities out there, to connect with that center, with those labs, and get our research profile as high as possible, as quickly as possible. So NUST, of course, is a young university. वो हम जो young universities वाला index है, उसमें बहुत high rank होते हैं. I think 41st in the world in the young universities index. But that's good. However, we want to compete with the old boys. We want to compete with the rich universities also. And therefore, हम अपनी जो ranking है उसको जितनी जल्दी ऊपर लेके जा सकते हैं, हम जाना चाहते हैं. And that's where even if you can call it gaming the system, we want your help to increase the citations. Right? So that's one area. Excuse me. Second is increasing the projects. So अगर आप इन दोनों के ऊपर कुछ comments दे सकें या ideas. Let me get a glass of water and आप बोले.
जब तक आप पानी लेते हैं मैं एक कमेंट करना चाहूंगी कि आपने जर्नी ऑफ मैनी फर्स्ट की, मारिया ने भी जर्नी ऑफ मैनी फर्स्ट की बात की, लेकिन इस जर्नी के साथ साथ जब हमें आगे लीप फ्रॉग करना है तो हमारे फैमिली मेंबर्स हैं जो अराउंड द वर्ल्ड हैं. सम ऑफ देम आर जॉइनिंग अस टुडे. आई कैन सी वहीद भाई हियर, पीपल and a lot of them, for example, I can see Imran Zawad, Dr. Saud, a lot of them are here. So जी, तो can I request Dr. Waheed Bajwa? I can see you here. Thank you for joining us. He is a professor at Rutgers and also visiting fellow at Princeton. And Waheed bhai ने हमें ज़बरदस्ती एक promise दिलवाया है कि we want to create this group of academics जो हमें help करें, जो हमें guide करें ये connections establish करने में, ताकि हम strategically align कर सकें अपनी next journey को. तो ये journey of many firsts ना रहे, हम सब दूसरे का हाथ पकड़े और आगे लेकर चलें. So Waheed bhai, can we please have your comments on this as well?
Assalamu alaikum. Thank you, Rubab, for having me. Thank you, the NUST Advancement Office, NUST Alumni Association, and thank you, Dr. Rizwan, for the wonderful introduction. I think when Rubab invited me, she didn't realize that to say a few words, she didn't realize that if you ask an academic to say a few words, the academic can keep on going and going. So, so I'll try to not teach her that lesson and try to be brief. So just want to say that it's quite a privilege and an honor to be asked to speak to such a esteemed group of people, which includes some of my seniors, my peers, and my juniors. It was over a little over 24 years that I became part of NUST family when I walked into the College of EME as a newly admitted in-living NS. And for those who don't know this old lingua franca of NUST, NS stood for Nustian student at that time, to differentiate them from GCs and PCs. And I was never Waheed. I was always NS Waheed. So, even in that sense, I think NUST has come a long way. There was no NUST Central Campus at that time, no H12. We didn't have any internet access back in those days. It took us a few years to get a room in EME where we could actually access internet for a while. There was no widespread research culture, no Office of Research Innovation and Commercialization or Director of Research. But we were quite lucky that we had excellent faculty who had returned from from completing their PhDs in the US and a few other places, who understood the role of research when students apply for graduate school. They engaged in us in some of the research, and through a series of fortunate coincidences, we were lucky enough to work on the right things that led us to a good academic path. So that's just some of the history for the youngest members of the audience, but it's really amazing, as has been said, that NUST is a young university. I mean, from my vantage point, I can say it's really amazing to see that NUST has come such a long way from those early times. It's without a doubt a crown jewel of STEM-based higher education in Pakistan. Its faculty are some of the brightest minds in Pakistan, and with research that is slowly but surely being recognized across the world. We can talk about how we can push that further, and I'm happy to engage in that. So, but as Dr. Rizwan said, the time has come for us to bring NUST to the world stage, where the research and other activities being carried out at NUST are recognized and valued across the world. When people say the word NUST, everyone would recognize that. And I'm excited that this gathering is a first step towards that path. And I'm very excited that I'm being called upon to be a part of this journey. So without abusing the role that I was given and keep on blabbering, I'll kind of leave it here. And thank you so much. I look forward to further interactions.
Thank you very much. अच्छा, मुझे तो nature ने रोक लिया था, so I'm kind of back with a glass of water. Let me please introduce Dr. Usman Hassan, who is our Pro-Rector Academics, who's also with us. So if Dr. Usman, can you take it up from where I left it and apne kuch inputs diye for the alumni?
Gee, thank you very much, Dr. Rizwan and Rubab, for inviting me to this very prestigious forum. Really a pleasure to be here. Mashallah, so great to see like so many alumni, settled in the academia, and you are all making NUST really proud. I'm really honored to have this audience. I'll give a quick introduction. So I did my master's and PhD from Canada, spent 10 years, and then came back to Pakistan and started working at NUST back in 2009. So it's been over 12 years now. The motivation that I had to come back to Pakistan was to give back to the country. And I strongly believe that all of you who are outside the country can also really give back to the country in a big way. And even better than what we are trying here, because you have a lot of exposure, you have connections. And the whole purpose of, I think, this gathering that we have here is to get you engaged. Actually, you have to engage the students, the faculty, even the staff here at NUST. And we can really do wonders together. I mean, we have to start small. I really don't expect big things right in the first step, but engage the students. You can imagine yourself being in the shoes of these students many years ago. And you can well imagine that little counseling from the seniors, people who are well settled, can really change the lives of these students. You can give them vision. I would say that we have to start with small steps, give talks to these students in terms of career advice. You can talk about admissions at top universities of Pakistan, how to tap those opportunities. Talk about your research, engage the students in research in the new topics that you are working in your university, so that the students get the idea, the faculty gets the idea what to work on, what would be the best topic to work on. Taking from there, I mean, our students are one of the best in the country, and I think you all can well imagine how difficult it was to enter NUST through the NET, the NUST entry test, and all those things. So these are really the top intelligent students of Pakistan. Even the faculty that we have here is really coming from getting the degrees from all across the world. So the idea is that we have to, I would really encourage you to talk to the faculty in terms of getting collaborations, as Dr. Rizwan was also pointing out. We have to start working with these people. When you start a project here in Pakistan in collaboration with the faculty and the student gets to work on a project which is really state of the art, which, as I said, that you have better exposure than what we have right here in Pakistan. So you can bring that, knowledge in there. Always we have complementary strengths. Maybe the students that we get here are very bright, as I mentioned. Also, HR is very cheap. Even sometimes we don't have to pay to these students and they would be working on research topics. Whereas you have some projects and you want to get involved, these students, so first of all, they get groomed, as I mentioned. Moreover, you get to get some results very fast because the team size is more, the people are good here. So, we have to get things rolling in this respect. I would also encourage to, when we start working together, obviously there would be funding that would be, there would be research papers that would be coming, as Dr. Rizwan was mentioning. That would be the natural process to, write together, to publish together, and in good quality venues. So even the faculty from the senior faculty abroad would need some guidance where to publish these results. So working together would really definitely bring a lot of fruits. And we are actually trying to, bridge that gap between, the alumni and the people who are back home here. Also, I would say that we need some input on the policies. I'm sure that you have a lot of exposure of academia and you're working in academic organizations which are much bigger and much older as well. So, and you have also experienced NUST. So maybe you understand that there are areas where we are lacking, and definitely there's so many areas where we need support. So, if you think that there could be something that can be, reorganized, some new policies need to be made in terms of academics, in terms of research, please do approach us. I'm very approachable. I'm pretty sure Dr. Rizwan is approachable. Rubab is always there. She can make the connections. So as I said, that we have to learn from one another, try to get quick wins, and make this whole a win-win scenario for all of us. And in the end, it's in the it's going to be a service to the nation. It's going to be service to your home institution. And I'm sure that you are very excited about it. It's just that we want to talk about it so that we are all on the same page, and we bring you a platform through which we can actually make these connections. Also, I mean, just as I said, that we have to start to spread the word about NUST. You know, when we talk about rankings, one of the major portion of ranking actually comes from employer reputation and all that. So, and also academic reputation of the institution. So NUST is a great institution. We all know that. I mean, we are doing some things which are really at the international level. We have to spread the word, and you can do that by engaging our faculty to give talks at your institutions. There are really experts in research that are available at NUST. So why don't you invite one of these days, you know, after COVID, we are very savvy to online presentations and all. So when a good faculty gives an excellent talk in your faculty, you know, the word is going to be spread about NUST, and maybe you can be a bridge between like in making connections between the faculty in your institutions and the NUST faculty. So anyways, I don't want to take a lot of time. Really a pleasure to be here at this forum. And as I said, I would like everybody to start thinking about these lines, that we have to start making these connections and take it to the next level. Thank you very much, everyone, for listening, and it's a pleasure to be here. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Dr. Usman. Ma'am Rawaza, just
some very interesting questions here. A question here from Abbas Raza. He is from Pennsylvania, US. Please बताइए कि सर रिजवान या सर उस्मान में से कौन इस क्वेश्चन को लेंगे. Does NUST have a designated postdoc association? This could help cater to the growing PhD graduates from NUST, find appropriate resources and connect with potential research groups, and at the same time improve research productivity of NUST as a whole.
Ma'am, first sentence dobara pujhiye. Does NUST have what?
Have a designated postdoctoral association. This could help cater to the growing PhD graduates from NUST and find appropriate resources and connect with potential research groups. At the same time, improve research productivity of NUST as a whole.
Dr. Usman, do we have it? Like, क्या हम इसको PG के नीचे कहेंगे या क्या कहेंगे इसको?
This is something that we are lacking actually, but we are pushing for it. Inshallah, we are trying to bring the postdoc culture here in Pakistan and at NUST. The only problem is the funding. You all know that funding is a limitation here. I mean, a PhD graduate of Pakistan, first of all, would always like to get a position in the faculty, and you know, underpaying him to get a postdoc is usually not a feasible solution. But we do understand postdocs are very, very important. We have to get this in place. We are working towards a model that would somehow fit. But right now, you see, there's so many positions for PhD faculty, PhD qualified students, that they usually end up getting faculty positions. So that's the thing. But definitely, this is a good suggestion. We would be working towards establishing it here at NUST, and it's an essential component of research, definitely.
Thank you, Dr. Usman. I think ये एक area है जिसको कि we have been recently talking about a lot. Rector, Dr. Usman, myself, we've been in this conversation. Let me take a lead from जो Dr. Usman दो बातें कर रहे थे, एक ये funding वाली और एक जो internationalization वाली है, because I want to throw this out again. Funding is becoming a challenge day by day at NUST in Pakistan, as you can imagine. So any funding that you can generate or any avenue that you can generate, doesn't have to be direct funding. Remember the first time aap bahar nikle the mulk se. Remember your first experience abroad. Now, please try to give as many of the students of NUST that experience as early as possible. चाहे वो conference attend करने के लिए हो, चाहे किसी research project में उनकी engagement हो, whatever. Because that is, मेरी नजर में, this is my personal belief. I went as an undergrad to the US. The moment you get off into another airport, आपकी उस एक घंटे के अंदर जो learning होती है ना, वो आपके पिछले पूरे semester से ज़्यादा थी, right? So we want to give our students that exposure. Most of our faculty is foreign trained, so I'm not that worried about the faculty, but there are some local PhDs also. But more importantly, the students. And as alumni, आपको ये I'm sure idea होगा कि हमारा जो student body है, वो by a vast majority ऐसे जगहों से आ रही है जो कि इस्लामाबाद पहली दफा आए हैं, मुल्क से बाहर तो गए नहीं. So if you can create an avenue for them to go abroad to attend a conference, which means basically funding, right? So if you can find that in your universities or any channels where you're sitting, that would be a great help. That automatically also leads us to the reputation part. NUST की reputation will rise from two things. One, of course, quality research जितनी ज़्यादा international collaboration से होगी, उसकी reputation बढ़ती जाएगी. But the second is, if you know that this is a conference जिसमें NUST का representation होनी चाहिए, maybe we can't send a person, you guys can represent NUST there. Yeah, you can go to another conference outside your own university, rather than going from just one university, go as a representative of NUST also. हमारा जाके वहाँ banner शानर लगाएं, लोगों को बताएं. You can help us in that. These two areas, I think, again, relatively easy to do. मैं खुद चूंकि PhD मेरी इंग्लैंड से अंडरग्रेड उधर से I know वहाँ पे इस किस्म की चीजों के लिए फंडिंग होती है. Let me give you an easy connection point also. खास तौर पे for the Western world, NUST is engaged in all 17 SDGs, the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. In the Western world, there's a lot of funding for climate change, for poverty alleviation, gender equality, and all those SDGs जो आपके उन 17 में नजर आएंगी. NUST is number 1 in Pakistan. NUST is in the top 200 universities of the world when it comes to Times Higher Education Impact Rankings, जो SDG based है. And in some of the SDGs, we are in the top 100. In one SDG, clean and affordable power, we are number 4 in the world. Use those numbers. क्योंकि ये numbers use करके you can find somebody to connect you with a funding source. आप उसमें उधर के partner बने, bring NUST in as the other partner. Multiple channels, and ये इंशाल्लाह हम आपको लिख के भी ideas भेजेंगे. आपसे भी like the question right now, जितने ideas आएंगे, we'll try and respond. Ma'am Rawab, over to you.
Thank you, sir. हमने बहुत सारे chat window में लोग कह रहे हैं that they would like, our alumni are saying that they would like to connect and guide our students for scholarships, for example in Canada and Italy. आप सब के साथ हम connect करेंगे individually. और so that हमारा इंटरनेशनल ऑफिस और हम इसको we can take it up. उसके बाद पोस्ट डॉक की बात हो गई and then there needs to be a mechanism की बात हो रही है कमेंट्स में. तो mechanism के लिए today was the starting discussion. इंशाल्लाह आज के नोट्स हम आपसे शेयर करेंगे and then we will be taking this forward. पॉलिसी इनपुट की बात हुई और आप में से जिसने भी कमिट किया है कि हम उनके साथ कनेक्ट कर सकते हैं, प्लीज एक्सपेक्ट अ लॉट ऑफ मैसेजेस फ्रॉम आवर एंड. There are a few hands raised. Ahmed Mushtaba Ehsan, can we have your question, please, or comment?
जी अस्सलाम वालेकुम, शुक्रिया कमेंट लेने के लिए. मैंने कुछ पॉइंट्स नोट किए थे जो मैं और कुछ क्वेश्चंस हैं. मेरा ख्याल है शायद सबके लिए टाइम ना हो. मेरा सबसे पहला सवाल तो ये है कि जो आपने स्टैटिस्टिक्स शेयर किए थे आपने प्रेजेंटेशन के स्टार्ट में, उसमें ये नहीं मुझे मिला कि मुझे ये वाला क्वेश्चन नहीं, स्टैटिस्टिक नहीं मिला कि कितने प्रोफेसर्स हैं जो स्टार्टअप्स का हिस्सा हैं फाउंडर या को फाउंडर की हैसियत में. एक ये क्वेश्चन का जवाब मिल जाए मुझे. दूसरा एक सजेशन मेरे पास था. मैं चूंकि यहाँ कोरिया में हूँ, PhD स्टूडेंट हूँ. यहाँ पर मैंने एक स्टूडेंट सोसाइटी भी ज्वाइन की हुई है. तो यहाँ एक इवेंट किया था जिसमें एक ऑब्जर्वेशन ये थी कि पाकिस्तान से या डेवलपिंग ममालिक से जो स्टूडेंट्स आते हैं उनमें ना एक गैप होता है थोड़ा सा, जो जैसे पाकिस्तान में मोस्टली जॉब रिलेटेड यूँ कह लें एक जो माहौल होता है यूनिवर्सिटीज़ में, ग्रूमिंग होती है स्टूडेंट्स की पर्सनल प्रोफेशनल. तो यहाँ कोरिया में चूंकि रिसर्च ओरिएंटेड होता है मास्टर्स और PhD, तो उनको ट्रांजिशन करते हुए एक सेमेस्टर लग जाता है एटलीस्ट. तो उस ट्रांजिशन प्रोसेस को हमने क्विक करने के लिए एक सेमिनार हम रखते हैं हर सेमेस्टर के स्टार्ट में, जो उनको जल्दी से जल्दी यहाँ के रिसर्च एनवायरनमेंट के बारे में बताता है. इस चीज़ को मैंने एक्सट्रापोलेट किया. तो जैसे अभी प्रो-रेक्टर साहब बात कर रहे थे कि काफ़ी सारे स्टूडेंट्स ऐसे आते हैं नस्ट में जो इस्लामाबाद पहली दफ़ा आए होते हैं. तो अगर उनके लिए ऐसा कोई इंट्रोडक्शन सेशन रखा जाए जिसमें उनको वो पूरी तफसील से मालूमात दी जाएं कि नस्ट में, क्योंकि स्कूल के माहौल में और यूनिवर्सिटी के माहौल में फ़र्क होता है, कॉलेज का जो होता है जिसमें वो फास्ट पेस होती है, GPA क्रेडिट आवर्स, पर्सनल प्रोफेशनल ग्रोथ के जो कॉन्सेप्ट्स हैं, एक्सपोजर टू आइडियाज़, रिसर्च कैसे करते हैं बैचलर्स के लेवल के ऊपर. अगर ऐसा कोई इवेंट रखा जाए या इसको रेगुलर उसका करिकुलम का हिस्सा बना दें तो ये मेरा ख्याल है स्टूडेंट्स को ना खुद ही मोटिवेट करेगा कि वो इन चीज़ों में खुद को अपने आप की हेल्प करना शुरू कर दें. तो उसके अलावा मेरे क्वेश्चन का अगर जवाब दे दीजिए तो ये बहुत शुक्रिया उसके लिए।
थैंक यू अहमद। आई थिंक जो स्टैट है वो आपको मैं भी चेक करके बता सकूंगा। जो हमारा डायरेक्टर इनोवेशन है, आई डोंट थिंक ही इज पार्ट ऑफ द मीटिंग, बट एक जो इसमें बड़ा इंटरेस्टिंग स्टार्ट में एक जो फैक्टर है वो ये है कि दिस इज लाइक एफबीआर। अगर आप एक स्पिन ऑफ रजिस्टर करते हो यूनिवर्सिटी और जो इसका प्रोसेस है, तो यू हैव टू गिव अ bit of a share. I think इस वक्त 2% of the revenue है, कोई 2% of equity है and something like that to the university, जिसकी वजह से हमें पता है कि हमारे बहुत सारे फैकल्टी मेंबर्स अपने आप को रजिस्टर नहीं करते जो कि स्पिन ऑफ्स लेके चल रहे हैं, बट वी हैव अ नंबर ऑफ फैकल्टी मेंबर्स हु आर रजिस्टर्ड, who are running their companies successfully. So आपको नंबर हम पहुंचा देंगे. This is a number which we are these days facilitating and incentivizing to increase. तो इंशाल्लाह ये नंबर बढ़ता भी जाएगा, but we'll get you the number. जो सेकंड आपका सजेशन है, दैट्स वेल टेकन, ऑल्दो इस किस्म की चीजें इन पार्ट्स इधर उधर जरूर हो रही होती हैं, बट मे बी जैसे अभी हमने रिसेंटली शुरू किया है कि सारे स्टूडेंट्स को नेशनल साइंस एंड टेक्नोलॉजी पार्क का हम विजिट करवा के उनको ब्रीफ कर रहे हैं एंटरप्रेन्योरशिप के बारे में इन टर्म्स ऑफ हाउ टू मेक योर स्टार्टअप एटसेट्रा. तो समथिंग लाइक दैट कैन आल्सो बी डन फॉर अदर एरियाज. तो बिल्कुल इस चीज को स्टडी करेंगे. आप भी जरा इस आइडिया को थोड़ा सा और फ्लैश आउट करके हमें भेज दीजिएगा.
जी बिल्कुल.
I can see Dr. Saqib Nawaz and his hand is raised.
Assalamu alaikum ji. Saqib from King Abdullah University of Science and Technology, Kaus, Saudi Arabia. तो थैंक यू सर, आपसे मुलाकात भी हुई थी जद्दा में, और मेरा 2 कमेंट्स हैं टू इंक्रीज द साइटेशंस. हमारे पास है काउस में एक काउस और बीइंग एडिटेड बाय द जनरल वो रखते हैं ताकि उनकी साइटेशंस जल्दी से शुरू हो जाएं, क्योंकि पेपर की एक प्राइस होती है. आई होप कि शायद नस्ट में भी है, अगर ऐसा है तो इट्स ओके, अगर नहीं है तो दैट कैन बी डन इजीली. तो लाइब्रेरी के साथ ही कनेक्ट होता है. तो एवरी पेपर जो पब्लिश, हर बंदे की प्रोफाइल बनी होती है और वो पेपर उस प्रोफाइल पे आ जाते हैं. सो इजीली स्टूडेंट्स कैन स्टार्ट रेफरिंग इट. तो उससे आपकी साइटेशंस काफ़ी जल्दी बढ़ना शुरू हो जाती हैं. दूसरा ये मेरी एक सजेशन है कि अंडर ग्रेड में तो आई डोंट नो कितना रिसर्च है, लेकिन एमएस में या पीएचडी में जीसी मेंबर्स होते हैं नस्ट में, और उसमें से जनरली हम एक आध एक्सटर्नल मेंबर लेते हैं और 1 या 2 हम जीसी मेंबर ले लेते हैं सेम डिपार्टमेंट से. तो मेरी ये सजेशन है कि आपके पास लकीली एलुमनाई अवेलेबल हैं हर फील्ड के एक्सपर्ट्स, तो आप जीसी मेंबर में एक्सटर्नल मेंबर्स की तादाद को बढ़ा दें. अगर आप टोटल 3 जीसी मेंबर ले रहे हैं नस्ट के अंदर से और एक आध एक्सटर्नल बाइट से ले रहे हैं या 2+1 कर रहे हैं, तो इसको 1+3 या कुछ इस तरह से करें. उससे आपकी क्वालिटी भी इंक्रीज़ होगी और आपकी जो पब्लिकेशंस हैं वो भी, उनकी ऑथरशिप भी अच्छी यूनिवर्सिटीज़ के साथ आएगी. और जिस भी बंदे का अपना नाम पेपर में होता है वो ट्राई करता है कि मैं अपने पेपर को ज़्यादा साइट करूं अपने नेक्स्ट पेपर्स में, और उससे उस पेपर की रिफ्लेक्शन ये एक फिशन रिएक्शन की तरह होता है. वंस अ पेपर स्टार्ट रिफ्लेक्टिंग इन सम मैन्युस्क्रिप्ट, फिर उसकी क्रॉस साइटेशंस आती रहती हैं. तो इस तरह से आपकी साइटेशंस की चेन जल्दी बिल्डअप हो सकती है. और ये मेरे सर साइटेशंस के लिए थी. और दूसरा ये कि एक मैं काफ़ी यहाँ स्टूडेंट्स के साथ करता रहता हूँ एज अ मेंबर और समथिंग. थोड़ा सा हमारे स्टूडेंट्स अपने पेपर्स को खुद ही एरिया से स्पेसिफिक बना देते हैं. जैसे मैं एनवायरनमेंट की फील्ड में बात करूं तो वंस दे विल स्टार्ट राइटिंग अ पेपर ऑन टेक्सटाइल वेस्ट वाटर ट्रीटमेंट, तो वो इंट्रोडक्शन में ही कहेंगे जी टेक्सटाइल वेस्ट वाटर इज़ अ बिग प्रॉब्लम इन पाकिस्तान. सो इट्स नॉट, आप अपने पेपर को लोकलाइज ना करें, आप उसको इंटरनेशनल ही रखें. टेक्सटाइल वेस्ट वाटर इज़ अ बिग प्रॉब्लम एवरीवेयर इन द वर्ल्ड. तो जब आप एक लोकलाइज पेपर बनाएंगे या उसको नीश एप्लीकेशंस बना देंगे तो फिर उसकी साइटेशंस ऑटोमेटिकली कम होनी शुरू हो जाती हैं. और जहाँ तक बात है, ये बहुत अच्छा आपका स्टेप है कि आपने वो पार्क बनाया है, और इसमें प्रोजेक्ट्स में बिल्कुल इंजीनियरिंग कंपनीज को भी इन्वॉल्व होना चाहिए, क्योंकि एक लिमिटेशन हमेशा ये होती है कि लैब स्केल सेटअप्स तो डिज़ाइन कर लेते हैं. लैब स्केल सेटअप्स की तो डिज़ाइनिंग फैसिलिटीज़ हर यूनिवर्सिटीज़ में मौजूद हैं, बट जब हमने ट्रांसलेशन करना है किसी भी रिसर्च का लैब स्केल से पायलट स्केल पे, तो उस वक्त हमें एक प्योर इंजीनियरिंग कंपनी की बीच में ज़रूरत होती है. और उसको मिस करके कभी भी ये लूप पूरा नहीं हो सकता कि वो स्केल अप एनी प्रोजेक्ट. तो आपको कुछ जो टॉप इंजीनियरिंग कंपनीज हैं जो जिस फील्ड में हैं उनको भी इसमें इनविटेशन देना चाहिए और इन्वॉल्व करना चाहिए. These are my suggestions.
Thank you very much, Dr. Abdin. Generally good suggestions. GEC वाला आपका point बहुत valid है. If we'll ask all the faculty, all the alumni, academics to volunteer for this. If you want to do this, इसको reverse भी जरूर कीजिएगा कि if you have projects जिनके आप supervisors हैं वहाँ पे, तो हमारे से faculty members लीजिए जिनको अपनी GEC में डालें, because that will add to the value also. जो इंजीनियरिंग कंपनीज की आप बात कर रहे हैं वो हमारे इस इंटरडिसिप्लिनरी सेंटर वाली कंपनीज तो अब एंगेज होना शुरू हो गई हैं. पाकिस्तान में एज यू कैन इमेजिन हाई टेक कंपनियां बहुत कम हैं, बट वी आर गेटिंग इंटरनेशनल कोलैबोरेशंस फ्रॉम देयर. However, you also have access to companies and projects जो कि आप लोगों को मिल रहे होंगे, so please उसमें भी इन्वॉल्व कीजिए. When you हमने ये देखा है कि once हमारा एक फैकल्टी मेंबर को कोई उस शेल में से निकालता है ना और उसको अपने साथ एंगेज कर लेता है, फिर दोनों साइडें स्टार्ट वर्किंग टुगेदर वेरी वेल. Though NUST ki faculty, as Dr. Usman was saying, is very high quality faculty, mashallah. The students are high quality, so you will not be disappointed in the level of research that happens, या their level of input. It's just के उस shell को एक दफा break करना होता है, because इन लोगों को ये आदत अभी नहीं पड़ी. So we will help you do that. ये आपके suggestions we are noting, and inshallah इसके बाद we'll start getting back to you.
Thank you. We can see a hand raised from, first we'll go to Dr. Abbas Raza and then Dr. Wahid.
Assalamu alaikum.
And Dr. Syed Ahmed Raza.
Okay, that's why my hand wasn't raised. Okay.
And then Dr. Wahid.
Assalamu alaikum. Thank you, Dr. Riaz and Madam. Thank you very much. Like, this was a great, a meetup with the NUST alumni. Now, I graduated from NUST in 2009, and I did my PhD from Canada, from University of Western Ontario. Many kuch comments say, and then of course there's a question also at the end. I have been guiding students for missions in Canada, like on online forums, and there's a NUST alumni chapter also in USA, for USA and Canada. So I have been guiding students over here also, like to help them get admissions in Canada also. But the thing is that, of course, I do not get access to the students, NUST students as such. And this is a very good platform. So I was thinking that perhaps there should be something like a tangible outcome of this meeting, that we should develop a platform from where like students can actually get into contact with all these great alumni who are present over here. That's one thing. One question that I wanted to ask Dr. Riaz and Dr. Usman Hassan is that what are we doing regarding patents? So the question about patents comes from the fact that like if you are thinking that in a NUST position you have to increase your NUST ranking, the primary factor which I think is not only citations but also the patents, which usually come from undergraduate students, MS, even PhD students ke jo research outcome, and that could be there also. So are we trying something about that? Are we trying to increase patents? Because the thing why I'm asking this is, I did my master's from King Fahd University of Petroleum and Minerals. Udhar ye plan hota tha ki as soon as a master's students graduate, uska jo master's thesis tha, that would go for a patent. Us patent application wo khud file karte the. University used to pay for all the expenses, and then of course they used to take care of the patent also. So that is one question. And the next thing is, are we forcing undergraduate students at NUST and also like the graduate students also कि वो अपनी research को थोड़ा सा hardware based करें ताकि they should relate it to the industry itself? Because that industrial experience I know कि वो एकदम से नहीं आता. That hardware experience itself will allow them to get access into R&D companies and everything. So that is something that I wanted to know. So if you can kindly answer that. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Shab. Patents ke baare mein to you'll happy to know that NUST has always been active. We are, हमारे पास इस वक्त already about 1,000 plus patents file हुए हैं, about 200 granted है, and उसमें if I may take that opportunity also, that's another area where you can help us, because हमारे Pakistan में filed patent and awarded patent has a certain value, but international filing has a much larger value.
Yeah.
अच्छा, Pakistan में तो ज़ाहिर है, we fund it, we do it. Students and faculty don't have to pay for the patent filing. In fact, NUST का जो relationship है with the National IP Office वो बहुत अच्छा है. अगर बाकियों को 2 साल लगते हैं पैटेंट मिलने में, तो हमारे का यूजुअली उससे आधे टाइम में काम हो जाता है. However, we have very few international patents. So maybe what we can do is to share some of the patents that we feel are good, और उनको आप लोग देखें, and then maybe we can jointly file them. Yeah, you can help us file them in the relevant countries. And मैं अभी उसकी funding and वो हमें देखना पड़ेगा कि how we can sort of afford that. But at least कुछ तो कर ही सकते हैं ना. एक additional उससे information about that. Tomorrow for us, which is tomorrow for pretty much everybody, Monday evening we are having the first international IP conference by NUST, जिसमें के World IP Office from Geneva is participating. यहाँ से भी काफी सारी embassies आ रही हैं. NUST is going to showcase our work done already and our ideas. So inshallah उसमें अगर आप लोग join करना चाहते हैं, तो we'll send the link.
Yeah, sure. Thank you. Just one more comment is that, like, my area of research is basically power systems. So anybody over here, actually, I just get into contact with one of the professors over here through this conference, through this meeting. So anybody who wants to work in power systems domain and want to work in power hardware in the loop implementation of their work, they can get into contact with me, because I'm working with Opal RT in Montreal office. So they can get into contact with me if they want to get more knowledge about what products we are selling to academia. So that will be a very good thing. So thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Doctor.
Dr. Wahid Bajwa, your comments, please.
Ji, thank you for calling on me. I'll just say a few things, and I would like to take comments from Dr. Rizwan and Dr. Usman in response. I guess we all understand that, but I just want to reiterate that, right? Which is that citations and reputation have a correlation, but they are not one-to-one. For example, anyone who is listening and want to increase their citation, that's the easiest way to do. But I hope no one takes that suggestion. One of the easiest way to get your paper cited is write a tutorial or survey paper, which takes 10 other papers, summarizes them, and puts them in IEEE Access or one of the communication surveys, or there are a bunch of other journals. And I guarantee you, within 2 to 3 years, that paper will have 200, 300, or even more citations. But that is not going to increase anyone's reputation. And I'm pretty sure everyone understands that. So, secondly, I know that already NUST engages with a lot of universities, other places. But again, that engagement happens at the administrative level. So now let me get to my point, which is that reputation among academics increases when academics interact with each other, when academics see each other's work. And the work has to be original. You can't say, I have this survey paper, because you will get citation, but no one would actually know your name. Because how are those citations done? A student is working on a paper, they go to Google Scholar, they say a word survey, they put a line and put the survey paper right in front. They don't even read that paper, okay? So it's important for us to figure out how do we then increase the reputation among academics. And one of the ways that happens, right, even if I write a paper, if I want it to be viewed, I send it to people in my area that I feel are good. I maybe send it to 30 or 40 researchers, and some of them will respond, some of them will not. I will also, Dr. Rizwan talked about, you invite people. The thing is, the reality is most people don't have, are not always looking up what someone has done. So actually, it happens the other way around, right? Which is that I actually send an email to people and say, I have done this new work. I'm really excited about it. Can I come and give a talk? That's how most talks are scheduled in at least the circles that I hang around in. So I don't think we have that culture within NUST, and part of the thing is perhaps because there is no value to given or whatever that you engage with external audience, right? So if we keep on doing it within Pakistan, sure, that's good, but that's not, as they say, if a tree falls in the forest and no one is around to hear it, does it make a sound, right? And I think that's one of the issues we are having. We have faculty who are, I think they are very good. They don't engage in professional societies. They don't become part of technical program committees, because that takes time, by the way, right? This volunteer work, right? They don't become, they don't volunteer to become associate editors. In the society, signal processing society that I handle, there's only one faculty from entire Pakistan who is an associate editor of a major journal in signal processing society, that's Signal Processing Letters, and that person is not at NUST. Right? So these are the ways, because when you see the reputation increase, because other academics see you and they understand about you and interact. I understand that going to conferences costs money, and we are in a budget crunch. But as Dr. Rizwan said, someone could say, I want to give a Zoom talk, and we have people coming up all the time emailing us. People engage in technical program committees. They volunteer to review in all the major conferences that I handle. I've never seen a review from NUST. Maybe we don't have that many signal processing faculty. I don't know. So those are some of the ways. The other ways are, of course, when students come, they also, when students come, they also increase their reputation and so forth. So these are some of the ways that I think if we focus on that, where other faculty engage with academics in a proactive manner beyond Pakistan stage. And I'm happy to engage more in that, nominate people for different memberships within our professional society. At least I can only handle the professional society I'm part of, right? But I don't see those kinds of activities happening. Probably most people are not even part of some of the professional societies. So I think that's an important thing, and I can keep going on and on about other suggestions, but I'll stop here and take the comments.
Thank you very much. This is an important point. And while आपने अभी जैसे दिया, please इसको भेजिएगा भी सही. What we can do if we think that there is a society में होना is very useful for the university reputation. We have ways of incentivizing it, just like हमने papers का या impact factors का या उनको पहले incentivize किया है. So we make it part of either an incentive, or we make it part of the, let's say, promotion या career growth metrics जो आप measure कर रहे हैं. So then people will get interested in that automatically. So yeah, aapka suggestion is well taken. Zoom conferences, definitely this is a way, or jaise aap keh rahe hain ki the academics should write their emails. We will pass that to Dr. Hamood is listening, the Director of Research. We will see, or hum maybe isko bhi metric bana sakte hain ki how many faculty members have given a conference or a talk internationally anywhere. But again, आप लोग वो opportunities definitely forward करें. जैसे आपको पता चले यार ये कैसा कोई event होने लगा है, इसमें ये हो सकते हैं involve, and हमारी तरफ से कोई खबर नहीं आ रही, जैसे ये निकला कि your society doesn't have any NUSTian. Now that you have told me, signal processing हमारे पास माशाल्लाह काफी हैं. Dr. Usman will, I think, comment on this also. They should be part of this. Yeah, they should be part of any such activity for any society जिससे कि reputation बढ़ती है. So well taken. Dr. Usman, will you like to add something?
Thank you very much. Excellent comment from Dr. Wahid. We have to be, this is a part of our academic service that we have to be part of these societies. We have to review papers. We have to be editors, associate editors of journals. I understand that this culture is not here in Pakistan. And another problem that I see when I talk to faculty, because some faculty, most of the faculty members, they don't get the opportunity to be part of such forums. And in that sense, I think you guys can really help. So if you are very active in one of those societies, I'm pretty sure, as Dr. Rizwan also mentioned, we have several people in the area of signal processing that are really, they're working at the level of international standards. So it would be your huge contribution if you could invite those people. With a little Google search, you can actually identify those faculty members. Please invite them and engage them in the review process as the first step, and the as associate editors later on, if you find them good enough. But this is the kind of service that we are actually requesting at this point. So you guys are already in those forums. In many of these societies, it's unfortunate to say, but sometimes there is some kind of a lobby as well. So if as Pakistanis, we are part of those associations, and I'm not saying that we should do it in any unethical way. Definitely, as I said, there are people who are well qualified to be part of those societies and in the review panels. So please make a merit-based selection, but do extend those opportunities to our faculty. That would be a huge service, in my opinion.
If I may,
please go ahead.
Kind of follow up. So I think that there are two aspects to it. One is that, as you said, we identify. I tried to do it proactively. For example, I invited. I'm vice chair of one of the technical committees in Signal Processing Society, and I've been part of other administrative things for a long time. And I did invite a couple of people that I thought were, had at least good chance, right? By the way, just a digression. When we go and try out for these things, things don't work out in the first try. And that's not just because whatever my nationality is or whatever my political affiliation and all that. It's just a matter that people need name recognition. So once someone tries, I have known other faculty from Pakistan in US who had to try for things 3-4 times before they actually landed, right? So I think one thing is we can either associate our inability to get in the first time in something to some nefarious agendas, or we can say that's how the game is played, right? You have to get. That's one comment I would say. The other is, as I said, I invited 2 people going back to the original place, and no one showed interest actually. And I knew it would be a hard task. I said, I want to nominate you for a membership. After that, there is a vote, right? No one is guaranteed. But you are doing good work. Let me nominate you, because Signal Processing Society, for example, has a quota system for regions. So Pakistan falls in the region of Asia, and Asian representation is not that much, and so there is always a tendency. There is encouragement by the society leadership to not make it, North America centric. But that person actually, after even 3 reminders, that person didn't even care to respond to my email, right? Which is fine. To me, that says that, because that person didn't think it was valued, and I'm not going to go into, name calling and stuff but the point being that at the end of the day, some of it the initiative has to come from the other person. If I want to be nominated for someone, I reach out to people. Here it's the other way around, that we are reaching out and people are not responding because it does take time. Like this weekend, I'm working on some of my administrative works for these societies. So maybe we don't value it, and there needs to be, as Dr. Rizwan said, some sort of but that's how reputations are built. That's how people know each other's name, and without naming into other institutes and stuff like that, I would say that's. You can check up and see okay, how many people are actually on the editorial boards of reputable journals. Again, I would emphasize the word reputable, because there are many predatory journals. It's very easy to get onto them. That instead of increasing the reputation, that brings down the reputation, right? So if you can check, other countries kind of share in those journals versus Pakistan, and it's kind of depressing. So for a country of 220 million, it's quite depressing.
I understand, but you see, Dr. Waheed, we have to establish that culture here. Having said that, there are, examples that we can share. There are people who are engaged in top-ranked journals at NUST and even in Pakistan, but the number is very small. So we have to work together to increase that number. As you mentioned that, you reached out to a person, he did not respond well, it's understandable. We can facilitate that process. If you think that there's a serious opportunity, you can either go through my office or through Dr. Rizwan's office. We would certainly try to find the best of the people, and then we can connect those people to you, and we would ensure that they actually follow up as well. But as I said, we have to work together. The problem is there. I really understand that the point that you have mentioned is an issue that we have to deal with, but let's deal with it together. Let's join forces. Even if we engage a couple of good people through our connections, that would be a good service to the nation. That's why we are all here together.
Absolutely. Thank you.
And inshallah, Dr. Bajwa, आपके लिए हम signal processing का बंदा पहले से ढूंढते हैं. We'll give you a couple of options. And as Dr. Usman was saying, since we have to work on this, the research office is the first point of contact. जो आप किसी area में बताएंगे, they will identify the top, researches in that area, and आपको एक sort of priority list करके दे देंगे. We will do that for you. Dr. Hamood, kindly, फिर Dr. Bajwa के साथ बाद में कर लीजिएगा. Thank you.
Thank you. Gigi, do we have Dr. Imran Zawar? Okay. Dr. Saifullah Khalid ने question किया था हमसे. We would like to. Are you here, sir, Dr. Saif?
Assalamu alaikum, everyone. Thank you so much. I just wanted to save time, so that's why I just wrote it down in the chat box. जो एक कमेंट था वो ये था कि चूंकि ज़्यादातर जो फैकल्टी मेंबर्स हैं वो टेन्योर ट्रैक पोजीशन जो हैं वो यहाँ पे 9 months 10 months की होती हैं, तो लोग जो हैं वो समर टाइम में पाकिस्तान जाते हैं अपनी फैमिलीज के साथ. सो जस्ट टू इंक्रीज कोलैबोरेशन, इज देयर अ पॉसिबिलिटी फॉर दोज फैकल्टी मेंबर्स अब्रॉड जो पाकिस्तान जाएं और वो वहाँ पे नस्ब की लैब्स में काम कर सकें 1 महीने के लिए, 2 महीने के लिए? आई थिंक इट कैन बी वॉलंटियर, बट उसको मैं जो है उसमें एप्लीकेशंस भी ली जा सकती हैं, खास तौर पे नस्ट एलुमनाई को टारगेट करते हुए. तो ये सिर्फ एक सजेशन थी. If you can give your comment on that.
Thank you, Dr. Saab. In theory, absolutely not only possible, we would love to have you here to work with us or to give us a talk or something. So जब आप समर में आए जरूर connect कीजिए. Even अगर हमारे undergraduate छुट्टी पे होते हैं तो there are enough research students available in different areas, yeah, at least faculty available to work with you or at least hear your talks. So ये है. और एक opportunity of adjunct faculty होता है, which is again also available. उसकी एक policy, उसका एक process है, but I mean that's if you want to become sort of an adjunct faculty member of NUST, that's also an opportunity available to you. So please इस तरह की कोई चीज अगर आपने plan कर रहे हैं या आने का सोच रहे हैं, पहली बात तो ये कि if you're coming to Pakistan, please visit NUST. If you have not seen NUST in the last, say, about 2.5 years, there's a lot of changes, lot of actual physical infrastructural changes जो कि आपको देखने में मजा आएगा. Then also, of course, ये जो सारी connectivity की बात हो रही है, that connectivity will become better because you will understand what we're talking about. The people जो आपके साथ connect करेंगे, आप उनके साथ जरा face to face होंगे. But please visit NUST at your first opportunity. And if again जैसे हम Zoom की talks यहाँ से वहाँ की बात करें, same is available to you. If you want to give a talk on a subject to NUST, आप हमारी conferences में तो I'm sure शामिल होते ही होंगे. But if you want to give a talk, just let us know and we'll arrange it. That's what we are here for, and we would love to connect with as many of our learned youngsters. You're also youngsters, so be happy.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you.
Ahmed Mushtaba or Abdul Basit, you guys have your hand. Abdul Basit, you have your hand raised. आपका कोई comment है? Okay, so there are a lot of comments basically in the chat section. हम उन सब comments को chat को compile करके we would like to connect. क्योंकि आपने chat कर दी है, तो we would like to connect you with the relevant person at NUST and follow up. And हमने आपको NUST की research team से भी introduce कराना है. Dr. Hamood, Dr. Ayman B आज की meeting का part थे, international office, our director academics, so all the major stakeholders at NUST, and this shows the desire at this end कि हमने आप सबके comments को लेकर policy inputs, collaboration, हर notes पे हमने आगे लेके बढ़ना है. On the last part of the web session पे मैं दोनों pro-rectors Dr. Rizwan Riaz और Dr. Usman Hassan से request करूँगी concluding note and as well as your comments on the way forward कि हमने इसको लेके कैसे चलना है in the days ahead. Sir Rizwan.
I'll take it first, then Dr. Rizwan can conclude the whole ceremony. He's the host, so I think that would be great. Again, excellent discussion. I think, first of all, many thanks to to Rubab and her office and Dr. Rizwan for arranging this big session. I was just quickly going through the comments, and I noticed that many people are extending support to connect with the faculty, students, and everyone. I think the best way to do that would be to engage with the school principals. You can either go through that, or you can, and definitely involve Rubab in that so that we have some visibility what you're trying to do. And definitely, I think Rubab is going to be going through the comments and would be following up on those as well. Just want to say one thing in conclusion, we have to take it further. This should not be the end. The big message is that even if we can make a difference in the life of one student, can really do wonders. So that's what we have to target small and take it one step at a time from there and start looking for quick wins. Thank you very much, everyone.
Thank you very much, Dr. Usman. And I think the last wala part, and this is the most important one. Let's make one change at a time. Let's make one impact at a time. अगर आप एक student, एक faculty member, एक research paper की citation, एक conference करवाते हैं ना, तो you've contributed. And then this process will inshallah grow. So हर बंदा इसको इस तरह सोचे कि what can I do, that one simple thing. एक चीज जो हमने नहीं mention किया, I just wanted to mention that also कि NUST has very good guest rooms, facilities to offer to any visiting professor, etc. So if you can bring your colleagues, जो के international faculty, of course, in there, आप खुद भी आए या कम से कम उनको भेजें, motivate them to come to NUST, because that's another way of increasing reputation and collaboration very quickly. जब ये लोग आते हैं, तो they're usually very impressed, but they have to be here. So उसमें भी आप help कीजिए, connect us with as many and as quickly as possible. So again, अगर आप एक faculty member वहाँ से भेजते हैं to give us a talk, या be part of a conference, या be a guest lecturer for a while, that would be amazing. और हम उनको local hospitality रखना, look after, वो बिल्कुल कर सकते हैं. And as I said, जिन्होंने H12 campus recently नहीं देखा, you have to see it. जिन्होंने देखा हुआ, they can understand कि जब हम उनको यहाँ ठहराते हैं, they're sitting in the middle of Islamabad in a very nice place. I would really like to hear from Dr. Hamood and Dr. Adnan, Director Research and Director Academics, respectively. So I'll let it go from here. And good luck to all of you in your respective jobs and in respective positions. You are our pride. You are the ones who are making the NUST name a brand to be worthy of. Isko, please take it as an obligation and as a service also. Help NUST grow from this 24% to the top 10% to, I want to see NUST, inshallah, very soon in that top 200 list and then in the 100 list and then, jo hamara standard. Agar ye NUST University wahan pe hoti, in the Western world somewhere, hum isse bahut highly ranked hote. So therefore, we need your help who are sitting out there to get us to the rightful place. This is not trickery. This is not कि हम कुछ जिगरी पुगरी करें. This is, we are trying to get to a rightful place through the barriers and through the handicaps that we have, unfortunately, being here. But doesn't matter. We are Pakistanis. We are capable. NUST is capable. You guys are capable. With these capabilities, well, we have to do something. So thank you very much from my side. And let's hear from the two directors.
Adnan, आप हैं, Dr. Adnan, or Dr. Hamood, whoever is.
Yes. Am I audible?
Yes, you are, sir.
Assalamu alaikum, everybody. मेरे ख्याल में I will be the oldest alumni of the NUST in this forum. I am from degree 8 of the College of Electrical Mechanical Engineering, and I am the first masters, like the second batch of the masters of the NUST, which started in '94. I am the graduate of the NUST postgraduate, and I have seen that when I used to drive a motorbike to go to the NUST headquarters in Lalkurti to take with me different faculty members from College of EME to establish the statues of the NUST. And I had been working at that time. I have the first hand once the NUST was established as an academic university. And Alhamdulillah, I have the honor of the first conference publication of the NUST, which was published in '95. And at that time, the NUST didn't have any such culture of the research that we are now at this stage. It has taken a very long way to come to that. And Alhamdulillah, the NUST has crossed so many borders and the boundaries that we are now at 334 in the world. My area of work is the MEMS and NEMS. I'm a graduate of of the University of New South Wales, Australia. I have been head of department in College of Electrical Engineering quite some time, from 2010 to end of the 2010 to 2014. And now I've joined back NUST as my parent institute and your parent institute as director of the research. It's a great initiative that UA office has taken to connect with all the NUST alumni. My suggestion to all the alumni would be that we are now spread all over the world, having the footstep of the NUST in every part of the world. The thing which we can do, like Dr. Rizwan Riaz said in the beginning, let's start with one by one, taking the steps. The outcome or the fruit will come after a year or couple of years. The first thing which at that time I was not knowing why the UNSW was asking me to do that. Whenever I used to publish a paper, my supervisor used to ask me, cite this paper in your paper. So I used to cite that, but it is not that. It was not related to my field. It was related to my field, but I used to cite a couple of papers from UNSW. But with the passage of time, with the experience in this, I learned that how does these citations are helping the university to get into the top positions in the world. UNSW in the top, the engineering school is in the top 50s in the world, and UNSW itself is in the top 70s in the world. They do that, but they don't do unethically, but they use the forum of their alumni, the forum of their faculty, to cite those things which can help them in getting the citation profile up in the world. Now, by doing this, we are not only increasing I heard Dr. Wahid calling the credibility word. The credibility automatically lifts itself once you cite your university and the people see the work which is being done around the world and your university coming with the name in that area of the world, in the world, that this university is doing something on that. So that credibility does come with that citation. Now, if we start doing this one right at this time, it will be a slow process, but definitely it is going to take a year or so, but the name of the NUST starts coming in the top list, which is going to be there in that. Now, the second point, You all are, mashallah, at different positions, like professor and the associate professors. I can see a number of students to whom I have been teaching them. And why not let's join together? We can make a model. I had been working with some of the alumni. We can make a definitely working model that you can sponsor your bright students taking the NUST into the lead. You can take those students, make the distribution, take a postgraduate student with the NUST faculty, help him to get the scholarship, take him to your university, become his supervisor, take the NUST supervisor as your co-supervisor. You will start doing the multiple projects together. You will start doing the citations together. You will start doing the visibility together. Not only that, the students who is doing a master's in NUST and you become an external to him, you will become the visibility for your university. Once he leads to that, make a project proposal with your areas, with the NUST faculty, help them to jointly supervise the students. No way that you can stop yourself getting your parent institution at a forum where people would start looking NUST as one of the leading forum that people would love to collaborate with them. Now, once you project yourself, once you show yourself as the #1 university in Pakistan, and I had been to so many countries in the world, like you had been traveling around, people actually don't know the capabilities of the university that we have. Once you start talking to them, you start telling them, I can tell you, then they start feeling, oh, there is something which is there and we had not been acknowledging them. So make that acknowledgement in your university. Make that visibility in your university. Start linking yourself and your colleagues with the colleagues and the faculty member, those who are in NUST. Make workable models. I am available day and night. Whenever you call me, you email me, you just connect with me with any media that you would like, WhatsApp, LinkedIn, anything. We will be there to help you to establish those connects. We will be there to help you to make those visibility with the NUST. We will be helped there to collaborate all those things which you will be doing. I can just give you an example. I was connected with Dr. Smear from Canada. Now he's in NSF in USA. And the other day I just called him and he said, oh, you are there. Let's make a collaboration for some funding. That is how the people are connecting each other. Now, that we used to have a slot of internet available to us at a particular time. No, it's not that time. Even I have seen that time once MATLAB student version prototype was introduced in CME, and we used to work with that to learn the MATLAB, how does it work. Now the things are totally different. Everything is available to you. Let's work together and start doing the things together in a way that we can project our university. We can take our university upstairs. We can link together. We will be there to help you and we will be there to connect you. Thank you very much. If anybody wants to ask any question, you are welcome.
Thank you so much, Dr. Hamood. I think you have summarized it really well. What we need to do next is we will start establishing connections. So to begin with, we have copied all the questions or comments from the chat window. Please, if you have anything more to add, आप अपने comments हमें ज़रूर हमसे share कर लें, and we'll make a report about the connectivity जो आज हमारी हुई है. और उसमें आपकी तरफ से जो भी suggestions हैं, हम उनको relevant departments take it up from there. बहुत शदीद किस्म का देसी मसला है. हमारे एंड पे लाइट चली गई है. तो इसलिए ऑफिस के एंड से जहाँ से हमने कनेक्ट किया हुआ था, यहाँ पे अभी हमारे पास कुछ कनेक्शन इशू आ रहा है। आप म्यूट करते हैं उसको। तो इसलिए बीच में कुछ बातें मेरे से मिस हो गई, शायद ये मेरी आवाज नहीं आ रही थी। बट द मेजर आइडिया इज कि हम इसकी एक समरी बनाते हैं और आप सबसे शेयर करते हैं। And we'll get back to you with the comments from our side. जिन डिपार्टमेंट्स की तरफ से के साथ आपने जो भी कमेंट्स किए हैं, we'll create those connections. We would like to thank each one of you for joining, everybody from NUST side and everybody from alumni side. Thank you so much for your input. और आपके एक-एक मैसेज को, एक-एक चैट में जो आप कमेंट कर रहे थे, उसको पढ़ के हमें एहसास हो रहा था कि कितनी ओनरशिप है आपकी इस इंस्टीट्यूट पे, and that is what gives us a lot of hope. So जैसे हम सबके दिल में एक पाकिस्तान के लिए दर्द है, बिल्कुल ऐसे ही जितनी मोहब्बत है, and we are inshallah going to work together and take NUST to that place जो Dr. Rizwan Riaz mentioned कर रहे हैं, हम talk to 100. So together inshallah building this institution, and we'll keep reaching out to you as Rubab mentioned. Keep expecting a lot of messages from us. We'll keep bombarding you with things, but now more direct and directional, because अब आपने खुद बता दिए कि आप कौन से एरिया से रिसर्च कर रहे हैं। जिन लोगों के बारे में अभी तक हमें फॉर एग्जांपल नहीं आपसे कोई कम्युनिकेशन एस्टैब्लिश हुआ, प्लीज डू शेयर कि आपका इंडिया
मैम मारिया, आपके आई थिंक कोई दो स्पीकर्स या दो माइक्स चल रहे हैं, बहुत एको आ रहा है।
टुगेदर डॉक्टर रिजवान, if you can give some concluding remarks.
Okay, thank you very much. ये लास्ट पे थोड़ा सा एको ज्यादा हो गया था, so I hope everybody heard the alumni office, inshallah, and the UAO. Ma'am Maria is the director of the advancement office. They will be after you with suggestions and replies and connecting you, etc. Please help us, help yourself. मैं आज जब किसी को बताता हूँ मैंने यूनिवर्सिटी ऑफ मैनचेस्टर से किया हुआ है जी PhD, so वो 28th in the world है. Of course, there's a matter of pride there. NUST, alhamdulillah, is as good. I've taught and I've experienced in a few universities abroad. Trust me, there's nothing that we don't have that they have. So all we need is recognition. All we need is your help to get us in the rightful place. We will help you connect to the right people. आप अपने अपने लेवल पे देखिए कि आप क्या कर सकते हैं. If you can cite a paper, if you can retweet a tweet, if you can like a YouTube video जिसमें NUST का जिक्र आया, if you can आजकल हर थोड़े दिनों बाद हमारा media affairs जो है, they put out something. We will start making sure that you get it somehow. There are multiple ways, but everybody has to see in their own selves what can they do. And if you've joined this meeting, so alhamdulillah, you have already shown the passion towards NUST. You've already shown your willingness to be part of this journey that NUST is going to take, inshallah, in the coming years. Please be part of that journey, not only as passengers, but as drivers and as conductors and as whatever. Excellent meeting, I hope, an excellent starting point. अल्लाह करे हमारी ये सारी efforts जो हैं हमारी यूनिवर्सिटी के लिए और पाकिस्तान के लिए fruits लेके आए. I'm an optimistic guy. हमारी capability and हमारी effort अगर साथ लग जाए, so there's nothing that Pakistanis can't do. Let's do this together. Thank you very much, everyone, for being here, and we will, inshallah, get back to you with the answers to your questions and queries and comments. And hopefully, काफी तंग करेंगे आपको. We're looking forward to working with you all alumni in all the positions that you have. Spread the word. All those who missed this meeting for some reason, spread the word also. Thank you very much all.
Ji, thank you so much. Thank you, sir.